10 years ago, a man named Sissel took a little girl named Lynn hostage and then was killed by a meteorite fragment. Tonight, a man named Sissel met a detective named Lynn at a junkyard on the edge of town and then was killed by a bullet. I believe I don't have to tell you that don't make no sense. But the scene I find waiting for me on the other end of the phone line feels like the final nail in the coffin of my lost memory. In what regards? Oh! In that regard, I see myself. Or at least who you thought you were. Turns out, you were kind of incorrect about all of that. Huh. There you are, Commander Sith. Okay. Palpatine up in here, finally. Sissel, where have you been, my good man? We've been looking everywhere for you. My eyebrows are worried. Had a little unfinished business to take care of. Didn't think it would take this long. What about your people? They sure went out of their way to mess me up. I say, I believe we fulfilled every one of your conditions in our little deal. What right do you have to complain about anything outside our bargain? We can talk about that when we get together. This will be our last communication by telephone. We'll arrive in 1 hour. I look forward to seeing you, Sissel. Dawn is approaching. The darkness surrounding my own mystery is deep. But I know it's always darkest before the dawn. I mean, I suppose technically? I'm not sure how accurate that is. Yes, we're nearing the final stages of our little deal, my good man. Yes, sir, all preparations are complete, sir. And we just had a report, sir. Lights had been spotted, sir. Have they now? By all means, let me have a look. All right. Ba-dow. Really gonna wanna get that thing fixed up. You really shouldn't have to beat an electronic to make it work. That looks less like a is that a periscope? Binoculars? What is that exactly? Either way, it looks like he's just staring at the dude. Yes, we're very close. We will now disconnect from the communications cable and have no service until we arrive, sir. Very well. Okay. What does that precisely mean? Oh, hey-oh. Fairly FMV-like, and hello? They're in a submarine? What? Okay, well that's more than a little weird. Nice try, Inspector Cabanela, but you could never stop me. Huh. Turns out the Sissel we thought we were was apparently kind of a jackass. Go figure. Alright then. Well, there are many questions. Alright, well, no need to beat around the bush. Let's just jump in. Hopefully we can talk to him. That certainly would help things out. Hey, do you think you could wake up for me? Apparently not. Oh boy, still unconscious, eh? I guess he hasn't been dead for very long then. I'll just go ahead and go back to 4 minutes before his death. I'm a little nervous about what I might see though, but if that's where I'm gonna find my answers, I can't run away from it. Rewind space-time! Let's make this thing, let's make some magic happen up in here. We're gonna get our answers somehow. Okay. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Alright, so what I believe is going on here is he is actually being manipulated. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call. Yeah, that certainly seems to be the case. That's a good boy. Gee, a hostage sure is a handy thing. It gives me complete control over the top police inspector in the country. That's quite the bargaining chip you've got there. What's the matter? All those broken bones smart a bit? Holy crap, what did you do to him? What's it like to feel pain? Does it make you feel alive? Why are you doing this? Now, is that any kind of question for a top investigator to ask? Isn't it obvious? Revenge, of course. Revenge on all the people who stole my life away 10 years ago. Okay. So, off-screen, I had some thinkings, and I do believe I figured out this whole powers of the dead thing. It all has to do with that, Temsic meteorite thingamabobber. I'm guessing proximity enables the powers of the dead to be I guess, transferred to the spirit. I'm not sure about, you know, Sissel, or our Sissel anyway, but Missile didn't have any powers when he died the first time, but then he died right next to that meteor thingy, and then he got powers. And this guy supposedly died by getting shanked by said meteorite. I'm guessing that gave him some super crazy powerful powers that allow him to just sort of not be dead, but be dead? I'm not entirely sure. Don't be ridiculous. It was a meteorite that stole your life. Or have you forgotten that? Whoa! Wrong! I was murdered by all of you. I guess he can't feel pain anymore. Wow. Detective Jowd, who chased me down and forced me into a corner, even though I was innocent. Lynn, that girl who was right there when where I was running, that is incredibly a dumb reason to try to go after her. Lynn, she was just an innocent little girl playing in the park. If that brat hadn't been there, I never would have thought of taking a hostage. Okay, that is some bass-ackwards thinking on your part. That's the most self-centered garbage I've ever heard. And finally, you, Inspector Cabanela. Me? If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. Sounds like you're blaming people for your bad choices. You were so proud of your spotless record, and my case was the one blot on it, wasn't it? Only two people know the real truth. Me and Detective Jowd. I bet tonight's execution will be quite a relief to you, won't it? One of the people who knew about the stain on your record will disappear for good. And that's why you didn't help him escape from prison. That's the kind of guy you are. That is the distinct impression that I have been given. I got nothing to say to you. You'd never listen anyway. Oh, dang. Whoa! Huh. Well, that's incredibly disturbing. Ye gods. Now then, Inspector, time to make a big red stain on your spotless white coat. Well, this was another condition of my deal. To wipe out everybody who knew about Temsek. Huh. Revenge? That's what I'm up to? None of this makes any sense. Hey, man. Mind telling me what's going on? Inspector Cabanela. He's awake. My head is spinning. Am I to understand that Cabanela character who just got shot is me? That's right. And you're supposed to be the scoundrel there who just shot me? I guess so? But you couldn't be, could you? Huh? After all, the guy in the red suit just walked out the door, right? So... who are you? I guess I just have to face it. I'm not that Sissel guy. I'm somebody who's searching for himself. That's why I'm here to save you. At the very least, you have information about that guy in red information I need. So you came on a rescue mission now, did you? Nothing like the sound of that. Because there's a very important life here somewhere, a life valuable to his nation. Okay, so do your thing. Bit egocentric there, aren't you? You're incredibly lucky that you're useful to me right now. Alright, so the question is... how exactly do I stop this? So are you a manipulator too? I have ghost tricks, powers of the dead, yeah, but I can't control living creatures. Anywhoot, I think you'd better be very careful. That guy in red is a manipulator. Naturally, he knows about powers like yours. Oh yeah, if he realizes you're here, things might get a little sticky. You're right. I better be careful. So am I to believe that... oh, look at him. There's that something emanating from his body. Is it really the sign of having special powers of the dead? I guess. So I'm being led to believe that if I do something... alright, well, I'm doing this for the sake of clarification. If I try to do something, is he gonna, like... yep. What's going on? I've never seen the ghost world like this. So you're here, are you? He sensed my presence. I noticed you. You think you could stop me, do you? I don't know why you're wearing my face, but you might as well give up now. I control everything. Damn it. Everything, including the life of this police inspector in white. Don't shoot! Okay. So the long and short of it is, I cannot manipulate things. Yeah, okay, that's not good. The other me knows the powers of the dead well. Who wouldn't notice what you just did? You were practically shouting, "Look at me." Looks like it might be hard to save you under these circumstances. I guess I can't use my powers right in front of him like that. Okay, so that's certainly something. It was also really creepy how he was kind of actually looking at me when he said all that. Alright, so can't really do much here. How exactly does one approach this? Okay, I can't manipulate things that are in front of him, so I have to get behind him. And this teapot kettle thingy eventually gets knocked over, so I might be able to slip around behind him when he knocks it over. That is the hope. That is the plan. Everybody cross your fingers. Let's just hope that things work out. I just kind of have to wait for him to do it. Oh, there we go. He feels no pain to the 3rd degree burns. All right, so... Oh. Hello. What in the actual hell happened down here? Well, what in the world happened here? Think I'm starting to remember. Eh? Something bad happened here. Well, no, you think? And now, there's another death lying hidden here. Another death? Didn't I tell you from the start? Didn't I say there was a very important life valuable to the nation here? I thought you were talking about you. Eh, I'm just a crazy character in a white coat. Interesting. Oh, it's Pigeon Guy! Pigeon Guy is apparently dead underneath a whole bunch of rubble. Hey, come to think of it, where is that old Pigeon Guy? Alright, well, doesn't take much of a genius to figure out that he's probably down there. Okay. Hang on, dude. Yep, okay, yep. Honestly, I'm surprised that thing was still up there at all. Alright, let's see. Measuring device, toolbox, open it up. Yep, up, there we go. That should be good. And howdy. Excuse me? ... Are you awake? Well, that was easy. Of course. I never sleep during work hours. Professor, do you recognize me? There's only one crazy character in a white coat that I know of. He hasn't lost his memory. I'm not the type who likes losing things, but never mind that. Cabanela, this is quite a surprising guest you've brought with you, pretending like he didn't just blow up the place. I did nothing of the sort. Are you talking about me? Oh, this is a different guy, and I'm his guest, actually. Said he came to rescue us. Unlike you, my sharp friend, he still hasn't gotten his memory back. Huh, pitiful. Well, that's just mean. Anyway, now we'll be going back to 4 minutes before your death, in order to change your fate, that is. But aren't we already in the past? But we can go back even further. I've done it before. You just have to have a bunch of dead bodies around, and you have to be dead at different points in time. I still don't see a path to saving Inspector Cabanela, but if we go back further, maybe I'll find a lead. That would certainly be handy. Okay. So let's see, how exactly did old Pigeon Man go down? Oh! Well, that's probably not good. How many times do I have to tell you, Professor? This place is dangerous. Don't be daft, I can't leave now. I have a pigeon on my head. He's completely dead, but just as I thought, I'm getting a reading. That your ghost detector? This is the source of his powers. If I remove it... He's not dead, he's just not there. The true form of the manipulator isn't something you can detect, it's a spirit. Heh, ridiculous. I'll tell you what's really ridiculous, the fact that that dude's about to Frankenstein himself back up. So you figured it all out, huh? Oh, that's deeply unsettling. You're a clever man, Inspector Cabanela. Yeah. So it's really I wasted a lot of time because of you, Inspector. But it's all just like you said. I died 10 years ago. This body is just a vessel, a shell. So he's just manipulating his old corpse. Okay, that's messed up in a lot of different ways. I control everything. This shell, people, just like I controlled the Justice Minister and Lynn. Well, that explains that. So it's true, you were manipulating her that time? You made her shoot your shell. But why? Why would you do a thing like that? To create conclusive evidence. You know, on that security tape. Now she's a murderer too. She'll suffer just like Jowd did. This guy's got some wonk priorities. Now then, Professor, I'm afraid it's time for you to die. I don't have any grudge against you. I'm even grateful to you. Oh yeah? So why don't you let me live then? I'll be leaving this country forever tonight, but before I do, I need to erase all evidence that these powers of mine exist. Along with the contraption in this room. I'm guessing it was him who set up this whole thing and got Jowd's wife killed. This time, the thing will work the way it was meant to, and it'll all be over. Cupid won't turn this time. He'll shoot his little arrow this way. Oh, now when the hell did that get there? Professor, look out! Well, that explains the death and horrible injuries. Wow. Dynamite, eh? When the devil did he put that there? He planned it all out tonight. Having Lynn shoot him, having his corpse disappear. His corpse disappeared? The blue-skinned doctor! That medical examiner, remember him? He was a complete and utter imposter! Well, hot diggity dang. The blue-skin track record is still full of the bad. He said he was going to take the corpse back to the lab, but he already made a deal with the manipulator to meet him and give him his body back. But I wasn't gonna let that happen. You saw through their plan, eh? I noticed right away the medical examiner didn't know the first thing about examining a body. I knew he was fake, so I tracked him down and bought him off. You bought him off? I had him smuggle the corpse to this room. And how did that turn out for you? I thought we could find the source of his powers. Of course, never in my wildest dreams did I think his abilities were powers of the dead. Very few could probably have anticipated that. Anyway, there isn't much time. He's leaving the country before dawn. And I'm gonna follow him, of course, after I save you two. But something's been nagging at the back of my mind. I remember what Ray said to me tonight. He said that spirits cease to exist when the day breaks. But if that's true, how could a spirit from 10 years ago still be here? Probably because he's got a chunk of that rock somewhere in him. Would make sense. No time for thinking now. Action is the name of the game. Work your magic, even take us back, even further into the past. If I could find another corpse, I could go even further and give myself more time, which would just be the best. All right. Well, it seems like the obvious solution would be to open up the thing that the professor is standing on. All right, man, jump in there and stop that explosion, would you? Easy enough for you to say. Foolish of you to say, too. If you stop the explosion, it'll just do me in some other way. Fair enough, then jump in there and take care of that man in red, would you? I repeat, easy enough for you to say. And most likely impossible to boot. That huge explosion didn't even make him bat an eye. Well, what do you propose then, Professor? Pray tell. Your best bet is to save me during the explosion without him noticing. Easy enough for you to say. What's with all these people? And you jump in there and do something. Okay. Just humor me here. It's no use, I can't open it. Could the fact the professor is standing on it have anything to do with it? It may look small, but I'm pretty heavyset. He sounds so proud of that fact, too. This door. Such a pity, too. It's such a pity. Too bad it doesn't open downward. Sometimes life can be so hard, wouldn't you agree, Professor? Yeah, that's why we're both dead. A door that opens downward, huh? Okay, so I can't do that. And that's the only conceivable way I can think of saving him while the explosion is going on. Device. That dude. I physically cannot reach anything else? Yeah, absolutely nothing else. Well, that's certainly a problem now, ain't it? Huh. Okay, well there is this area down here. There are apparently some rats ratting it up. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm really not seeing anything I can do here. Can't reach anything like that. Okay, I can reach this, but I can only examine it. I can't even mess with it. All right. Well, this is certainly a problem. Huh. Okay. I'm kind of hoping that something shows up at the last possible moment. And I can do something that way, like over here now. No. I can't even get over to that. I can't even get over to the thing where I know. That's bad. That hooky thing is the only thing I can think of that I can actually manipulate, and I can't get to that. I'll be leaving this country, yeah. I need to erase all evidence. Oh, this is all sorts of not good. Yeah. As you perhaps have already noticed, time is running out. Yeah, no perhaps about it, I know. But you know, there aren't a whole lot of things I could use my ghost tricks on in here. Looks like it's all over. Unless I find another path, I'm sort of at a deadlock here. Sissel. Hey, I know that voice. Help me. Where are you? Find me before I'm carried away. Missile? Missile? Where are you, Missile? What's with the frail-sounding call for help? He's here somewhere. A friend of yours? Yep, a little guy that looks a little fragile but has strength that surprise you. Well, he's asking you to find him. Before he's carried away, no less. But I'm almost out of time. Should I look for him? Clearly we should. Okay, I can't really do anything like that, I guess. I'm guessing he'd be maybe... How did you end up in the sewers? Sissel, here I am. Oh, hey, it's Missile. What are you doing there? Do you really have to ask? Seriously, are you really going there? No, that's okay, never mind. Anyway, I need your powers. Will you help me out? Of course. Here, let me come join you. How phenomenally lucky for us that he ended up here of all places. His powers are probably what we're looking for. Okay, here I am, Sizzle. Now maybe things will flow in a new direction, even though the flow of the sewer is a little bit stinky. A little bit nothing. And with your dog nose, my goodness. That cannot be good. All right, so, okay, let's stop that explosion. How did you know about the explosion? No, we can't do that. Okay, let's take care of that man in red then. No, we can't do that either. We can't do this, we can't do that. What can we do? We let the explosion happen. Then we rescue that old pigeon guy without the man in red noticing. And your powers are the key to all of it, Missile. Oh, I don't know about that, but I'll do my best. We're talking about a matter of seconds. We can't miss our chance. Okay, well then we'll go to dog power, where I am I've got so much better range. This is good, this is good. Okay. So we can't manipulate objects. What we can do is swap them out if they're the same shape. Oh, sorry, that confused the hell out of me. I guess that's where Sissel is. All right, let's see. There must be something we can do. Oh, hey-oh, hang on. Hold up, there we go, okay. And I don't see how this would help, but those are certainly objects that are shaped exactly the same somehow. Those squeaky guys are making a fuss about something. Sissel, my animal instincts are starting to surface. If you mean you want to chase them, I think you have to be alive to do that. Huh. There must be some kind of rat feast in that trash can. Those things usually make a bigger commotion than that. A bigger commotion, eh? Ghost power, go! I don't know what this will do, but it's something that I can do, so I'm going to do it. I helped the rat get into a trash can. That's cool. Oh. A bunch of rats. Many, 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 many rats. Now that's what I'd call some proper commotion. They're making that trash can dance. Truth be told, I feel like dancing now myself. It's getting harder and harder to hold my wild instincts back. What a dangerous bunch. Okay. Whoa, hello, Dolly. Okay, now, oh, I get it. Okay, well, first things first, Sissel, I'm gonna need you to get out of the way for this. Okay, and then I need to, like, wait for the absolute perfect moment. Swap it now! Look out! Yo! Haha! I mean, Cabanela still got blown up, but hey! No one's dead yet! And he's none the wiser? None the wiser. Sorry, little pigeon. That's for you, Inspector. I have a little job for you. I can't move. I think I have 4 or 5 broken bones. I don't mind. It won't prevent me from manipulating you. It might make it hurt a little bit when I move you, though. Quite a bit, actually. Well, that's incredibly screwed up. Good lord. This game is taking quite a turn. But Pigeon Man is, theoretically not dead. Hey, there we go. I can't believe it. You lot actually pulled it off. Sorry, Inspector Cabanela. I couldn't do anything to help you. And there I am, a poor broken heap of arms and legs. But no matter, I enjoyed the show. The magic disappearing act, that is, nothing like it. Yeah, except, unlike a normal magic trick, I'm the one that managed to vanish without a trace here. New info added! Huzzah! Haven't looked at that thing in forever. Doesn't really seem necessary. What's the matter? You look like you'd rather be dead, not that you aren't. I was just remembering the fact that right about now, the real me has given that poor Justice Minister a real fright. Yeah. Oh, that phone call? Yeah, he was pretty upset. Excuse me, mister. You really shouldn't be mean like that. Now what's this lively little creature? Oh, this little doggy is the warrior who keeps Camilla safe. Or he would if he was actually still full of life. Camilla. Gods in heaven, what a terrible thing. And poor little girl taken hostage. It's a cruel twist of fate indeed. Wait just a minute. Miss Camilla is a hostage? Yes, we're sorry, little warrior. Miss Camilla, a hostage? What's a hostage? Dang it. You can't put humor in situations like this, my goodness. Anyway, Inspector Cabanela, it's time to save your life now. But you couldn't get very far when you tried before, am I right? But this time it's different, right, Sissel? That's right. With us working together, it's a whole different situation. We'll save the Inspector in white, and then we'll go save Camilla, okay? Okay, let's hurry up and get through this. Gee, kids, you're making me feel like an afterthought. Mostly 'cause you are. Just be thankful we're willing to do this at all. All right, let's get started. Inspector Cabanela is upstairs, so our first step is to get up there. Sissel, I'll go up first and wait for you. Okay. So it's something that only Missile would be able to do. Okay, lovey-dove, we need your help. Carry this measuring device upstairs. It has Mr. Ghost in it, so don't drop it. Huzzah for pigeons! Saving the day the pigeon way. Alright, so... First things first, we gotta... Okay, yo. Pigeon, thank you, okay. We gotta get up here. There you are, Sissel. Sorry for the wait, Missile. Okay, 4 minutes from now, the Inspector will be killed by a gun. You just jump in there and stop him from firing, would you? There you go again with that stuff. Besides, it doesn't make any sense. If you stop him from firing, he'll just kill you some other way. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Yep, same situation as mine. Your best bet this time around is to allow him to shoot and then save Cabanela without him noticing. It's even worse than last time. Anywho, jump in there and do something. Okay, I'm ready to jump in, Sissel. Don't forget, whenever you want to use my powers, you just touch the doggy icon. Okay. Okay. All right. I have to do things when he isn't looking. Okay. Does he? He does. Okay, so proof of concept. Okay. 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 All right. All right. Let's see. Do helmets that I can apparently rock? Oh, you didn't notice nothing. Okay. I have a helmet down there now. And he's looking this way again. Okay, what else are we working with here? Photos. Oh, a knit hat. Okay. Well, I noticed that's the same shape as this thingy, the helmet. I think I know what I have to do, but it sounds absolutely absurd. So it makes the idea that I've got to do this really, really silly. But I think I know exactly what this game is trying to go for, so... Okay. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, get over there. Can I reach that? No, but it should get closer in about a second here. Okay. All right. This requires timing like that is literally impossible by human comprehension, but I think this is what the game wants me to do. Then he rolls back. The thing is closer, and I can start doing stuff behind him that he won't even notice because he's so enthralled with his own evil ways. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Now, running over here. Okay, assuming that I can, well, I can jiggle it. I can't knock it, but I can jiggle it. Jiggle down, son. Yep, okay, all right, okay, all right. And then we gotta just sort of go whoosh. Okay, now switch to ghost so I have time to think. All right, okay. I admit that I don't really... Oh. So okay, it depends on, okay, yeah, that makes sense, that makes sense. Okay. It's the same principle as that, yeah, let's talk. It's the same principle as when I did the trash can lid in that door. Would you look at that, right on the hook? I love knit hats, so warm, and most of all, soft. Hey, now that I'm looking at it, that has the same shape as the helmet you just knocked down. Ah, I thought so. Okay, so then do you want me to sort of just kind of, I can't really, no. Okay. Sissel. No, I don't want to talk. I'm just trying to, okay, get over there. Switch over to that. Can I maybe jiggle the hat again? I can! Jiggle the hat! What are you, Missile, what are you doing? Okay, no, that's Sissel. My brain! Maybe I shouldn't have knocked it over? In fact, yeah, I think that was a bad idea. In fact, I'm relatively positive about that. That was another condition of the deal. You're gonna shoot him. He's going to shoot, it's too late! It's no use! Even with my powers, there's nothing I can do. I don't see anything to swap the bullet with. I guess you didn't make it in time. I'm so sorry, Inspector. I guess I'll have to try again. Again? I'm gonna get shot again? Okay, well, we don't have to look at it. We at least don't have to watch you get shot again. All right. Oh! Okay. Okay, you know what? This is gonna take me a little while to actually do, so let's just zip over to exactly where we were. I know exactly what I did wrong. Okay, the problem was I was trying to figure out how the helmet played into all of this. It ended up, that's basically a ruse. It doesn't play any role in it whatsoever. So just make sure we're good, yeah. you just have to move the helmet out of the way so the hat can be there. Okay, so theoretically, this should be good. It's all in range. It's the right shape. This should work. No, wait, our chance is coming up. The last split second, right? Leave it to me. Come on now. Stop. Yo, there we go. Would you look at that? The bullet is hanging in midair between the gun and the inspector's forehead. Now's our chance. I'm hearing the bullet right now. Let's swap this little thing with something else. What? It's our only hope. There's got to be something here with the same shape and direction as the bullet. I never saw a bullet before. It has such a cute little shape, doesn't it? I can check out the bullet shape on the top screen. Yeah, it's right over there. I know what it is, and I know what we gotta do. Switch it with this hat! And he's not gonna be suspicious about that? You have no questions about your gun shooting a knit hat at somebody? I don't think he noticed. Looks like you pulled off another magic disappearing act. And now I say again, I love knit hats. So warm and most of all soft. Did I do all right? You did a fine job, little one. You saved another life. And I'll keep doing it too. Over and over. Missile, I may hate dogs, but you are officially on my good dog list. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you are the only one on it. What I saw in just these 4 minutes gave me all the answers I've been looking for. All our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? So you two were working together? That's about the size of it, yeah. Who would believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursued it ourselves, just the two of us. I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all. Okay, let's hurry back to our time. We have to rescue Miss Camilla. You're right, Missile. And there's a certain guy I have to follow, too. Gotta figure out who the hell we are. This is really important. Go, come on, tell me things. You, oh. There you go. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanello, the man in red left. And now a new story is about to unfold in a new present. Take that, multiverse theory. How you feeling, you old crazy character? Well, he's not dead. Although I guess he is still injured. Hey there, Professor. We're both alive, I see. Nothing like it. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I've got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. That was at least 3 things at TNT. Yeah, right, like I'm gonna believe that. So what, the guy in red is gone, eh? Just in case, I posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys came through for us. Yeah, well, at least you won't be dancing anymore, so that's good. Damn it, you picked a bad time not to listen to me, Body. Okay, well, I feel like a good, conversation is in order. If I knew things were going to end up like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. I might be able to erase deaths, but it's true, I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yeah, sorry, I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there within my grasp. All our plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. Guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you like, Mr. Ghost. Well, I don't mind if I do. Actually, which should I go for? I'm gonna go with this. The spotless record of yours. Is it really that important to you? Of course. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. Than your life? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel as a head of the Special Investigations Unit. And because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. The That's why you cared so much about your record? Of course. Why else? I just never could believe it, man. Jowd shooting Alma? I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story. Something secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder. Everything in my power. And then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The manipulator. He's going to prove that Jowd is innocent. What incredible determination. Okay. Well, that kind of paints you in a different light, don't it? We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tab on the communication networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time. In order to prove these powers of his, he gave them 2 predictions he foresaw, 2 completely preposterous and possible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live... yep. And the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Okay, alright. So that's how those play into it. We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. And then finally, we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and stalked it out. Word! It's all coming together! The chicken kitchen! The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight on a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. Submarine? Well, we haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think what would happen if his powers were to fall into their hands. Right, highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as a hostage, Camilla. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. Well, obviously. All right, now what's all this about? The guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. Yeah, he's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. But what about when he said this? Revenge against specifically Cabanela. If he hadn't done what you... Okay, if he hadn't did what he did, what would have did happen? Yes, 10 years ago on that day, the Special Investigation Unit was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation. And then I did it. I made 2 very stupid mistakes. Elaborate! Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine, fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I'd just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking a statement, but I was too green. I pushed him too hard, I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. And then I made another mistake on top of that. Cabanela, got a minute? The chief wants to see you about your report. Got it. I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. You just left him there, and that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. Your gun. How could you? He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had a gun to point at Lynn in the first place. I see. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Jowd, then what's up with all that? Why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know. As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. Oh, and that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could. Huh. So you're not a scumbag. I mean, you're weird as all hell, but I guess you're not a scumbag, so that's cool. That's cool. But there's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. Ha! What's a little misunderstanding? Lynn will come around, give it time. But there are more important things to do with our time tonight. Yeah, I can think of a couple. Should I be jumping into his head now? Mr. Superintendent, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. The police, huh? Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner. I investigated victims' cause of death. Bit of a coroner, then. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse. Hit by a meteor fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead, but I never filled an autopsy report. And he just kinda left. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. What would the clue be? An unusual corpse. I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. That definitely seems to be the case. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your identity too. All right, let's talk. That's the only way I can describe it too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead all right, no question about that. But there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. So, no entry wound? That's odd. I was completely bewildered, but when I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went, and no scarring or blood either. So wait, are you telling me this dude's immortal? And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. That's because the corpse up and vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen the body. There is one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? If it got up and left, I assume. Huh. Well, that would certainly be an interesting thing to wake up to. Just up and left. And got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't dead. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on the stove. The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I got some readings for some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation? I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Wait a minute, could it be? That's right, it was coming from that meteorite fragment. Called it! I mean, I suppose it was obvious at this point, but still. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell. And just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from the crater. It was that exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. And then there you have it, I guess. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die only to come back to life. I wanted to research it all in depth so I could quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case, thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? Oh boy, okay. It was about a year ago, I'd say. The man in white came dancing into my research lab here. Yeah, he kind of has a tendency to do that. I heard there was an oddball here who's researching Temsic. Is that you? What's it to you? I got a pigeon on my head. Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? I was investigating the manipulator case then, and then I heard there was a man who'd quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteor had struck me on the head. Not literally, of course. At the time, we were just starting to get our leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet, but we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country that will not be named. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "The source of my power is not of this world." Well, that's some handy-dandy information right there. And that's when I put two and two together, and I had four. The manipulator case and Temsic were somehow connected. Which also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. Ah. See, it all comes together now. I'm starting to get things. So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd? That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device. But there was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jowd it did have something it shouldn't have, made an impossible move. I added that part to the device I recreated. I put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean someone manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Makes sense. Yo, here's Lynn. Inspector Cabanela! Pigeon Man! Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna take a nap. Sorry about that phone call. Must sound like a real villain. Hated to spoil your image of me. Of that cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image she had of him? I'm gonna guess probably not. I assume we then filled her in on everything? Inspector Cabanela, I'm sorry. I just heard you were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jowd. This manipulator is such a dangerous character, I was hoping you didn't have to be involved. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, if someone's in the way, throw him in the slammer. Yee. Tonight, I really thought we finally had him. But my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. Ha ha ha! But a joke is a joke, you might as well laugh. Jowd! The minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning, too. That's a pretty extreme while he was at it. True, but it really helps us out. Sorry I took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again. You've always been like that. You make everybody else run around and then you swoop in at the last second. Jowd. Oh, dang! 5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day. Put on the gumshoe coat. Put it on. Also, how is that pigeon strong enough to carry that? Oh, he's got his powers back! Oh, that's just awesome. Way better than that pink thing. I've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come. Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Alright, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend. Could you carry like a pen with you so I can cut? No? Okay. This present you gave me, it's just what I needed. Thank you. Glad you like it. I look forward to that being explained. Sissel, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me? Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is, and the phone line doesn't work. Use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow, you'll see. Could you wait here until we do, please? Okay, fine. I'm counting on you. This true self you're looking for. I bet you'll find it soon. Well, I feel like we're getting to the climax here, so I certainly hope so. All right, I'm leaving, Inspector Cabanela. No time for an ambulance. Later! Yeah. It's almost done. It's not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. It's gonna take a little bit of effort to make sure we get all this stuff done in the next 3 in-game hours. Cross your fingers, guys. I think we're about to approach endgame. I'll see you all next time.